KEYC News Now to Go is sponsored by River's Edge Hospital and Clinic. People caring for people.
Moments like these make life worth living. River's Edge Hospital and Clinic is your partner in taking control of your own health. Take your steps towards a lasting tomorrow. River's Edge Hospital.
Hello, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Thanks for joining us for this KEYC News Now to Go update. I'm Jackson Jerk. In a few minutes, I'll be joined by First Alert meteorologist Caitlin Lohr with again a look at today's rainy forecast and the rest of the week before Memorial Weekend. We'll start with state news. Minnesota's legislative session adjourned at midnight, capping off a final stretch that was layered with controversy and contention. The House and Senate will be back for a special session sometime within the next month, as dozens of major budget bills remain unfinished. Starting today, all joint conference committees on any unfinished budget areas will be split into working groups. They'll do the work of those committees, trying to refine their bills into a framework that will pass both the House and Senate. Legislative leaders say they're hoping to not let things run too long, but there's a lot of differing viewpoints on some major policy issues. To keep things moving, leaders will try to enforce a deadline for major work.
We've given all of the groups that are not done until 5 p.m. on Wednesday, the 21st, to finish up their work. And hopefully at that point, leadership doesn't need to take any bills from people.
The timeline for when a special session gets called is heavily dependent on how much can get done and how quickly. Speaker Lisa DeMith giving a roundabout answer when asked whether she thinks it'll be called in time to avoid a shutdown.
We are absolutely going to be getting right to that work, continued on from what we've done over this session and starting again with those working groups in the morning to get the work started so the governor can call the special session so we can finish up things for the people of Minnesota.
The state will need to call a special session and finalize the state budget by July 1st to avoid a government shutdown. If they don't do so by June 1st, they'll need to begin issuing layoff notices. A fatal farm accident near Amboy is under investigation. It happened just after 4 o'clock on Sunday afternoon when dispatchers received a call of a man who was found unresponsive under a large agricultural tire at a farm on 100th Street in rural Amboy. The Blue Earth County Sheriff's Office says 68-year-old Douglas Harold Sanders died at the scene. Authorities say Sanders was attempting to move a large sprayer tire weighing several hundred pounds and became pinned between it and a planter. Local law enforcement and state officials say Minnesota's fatal crash rate is headed in the wrong direction. Towards Zero Deaths is an initiative that aims to lower the number of fatal crashes in Minnesota through enforcement strategies and messaging to the public. Last year's numbers trended in the wrong direction, with 479 people dying on Minnesota roads in 2024. This year, the goal is to bring those numbers down to 225. But Minnesota is already at 112 road fatalities. We're not even halfway through the year yet.
Our focus is on the distracted driving, impaired driving, speed, and seatbelt enforcement, and that is what our troopers that go out and primarily try to focus on, because those seem to be the leading causal factors when we come to fatality crashes.
Memorial Day weekend will start what the State Patrol calls, quote, 100 deadliest days, when the majority of fatal crashes happen. Caitlin Lohr joining me at the desk now. Caitlin, and some of those fatality crashes do happen with weather that we're having today. And I know you and I will sit here and urge everybody over and over again, lights, drive slow, wipers, no reason to go fast. But a day like today is just a gentle reminder before we do get to Memorial Weekend and the summer ahead.
Yeah, you know, and it's always a great reminder to talk about these things, even when they're hard topics to talk about, for the fact that just because it's not freezing doesn't mean we can't slip and slide around on the roadways with wet surfaces. Especially if you have older tires, maybe you need new tires, whatever it may be, you know, check the treads. There's so many things that you can do to prevent sort of accidents, especially weather-related ones, from happening, and also help with those numbers. Just stay alert, stay aware. With all the rain we've had, we're sitting at just over an inch of rain here at the station since it started falling yesterday morning here in North Mankato. And of course, this number is going to continue to increase. We have quite a bit more rain on the way, which is very needed. We had that stretch of about a week and a half to 2 weeks of no rain anywhere in the forecast. We might have had a few sprinkles, but it really didn't accumulate to anything. So we are now playing catch up over those 2 weeks that we missed. And I know it's hard to kind of get all this rain at once, but it really is needed out there because of that stretch of dry weather we did have. Now, taking a look at the futurecast going forward, we're going to continue to see widespread showers across the area through the remainder of the morning and into the afternoon hours. Eventually, those widespread showers this afternoon and evening, so going from this afternoon into this evening, those widespread showers are going to start becoming more scattered, meaning not everybody is going to see rain at the same time, or that consistent rainfall rate will kind of diminish and kind of fluctuate depending on where you are. So widespread kind of means widespread. It's spread across the entire area, right? Scattered is kind of where you see this here. You've got some thicker green colors out there. You've got some pockets of no rain. You've got a huge pocket of no rain and cloudy skies. You have widespread showers out to the east of us from Rochester into the Wisconsin area tomorrow morning. This is what we consider scattered. So tonight will become more scattered, but until then we do have to deal with those widespread showers with heavy rain at times. Temperatures staying on the cooler side with a high of 47 degrees by this afternoon. Now tonight we're going to stay on that cooler side, but as we talked about, those showers are going to become more scattered as we drop to a low of 43 degrees by tomorrow morning. Now tomorrow we're going to continue to deal with those scattered showers through the morning hours, but then they're going to start to become a little bit more widespread in portions of the area through tomorrow afternoon and evening, and then they'll return to becoming scattered as they slowly but surely clear out of the area late tomorrow night into Thursday morning. After those clear out, we're going to see another half an inch to or 3/4 of an inch on the low end between those two, all the way up to an inch and a half possible across the area. So anywhere from, again, an inch and a half to 3/4 of an inch yet to come, all the way up to another inch and a half possible on top of the inch we already have. So in total, you take what we already have, which is an inch, you add that to here, we're looking at about 2 to 2.5 inches of rain once all of this is kind of cleared out of the area late tomorrow night into Thursday morning. And then the good news is, as we take a look at your extended forecast, we'll see drier conditions for the upcoming weekend despite those cloudy skies, lingering temperatures slowly but surely warming up into the 60s. I know it is Memorial Day weekend. Keep in mind there's a chance of rain on Sunday, a couple stray showers possible on Monday. And then we get to wake up to those 70s through the middle of next week, returning to the area.
So what if we just like switched the 70s and Memorial Weekend?
I would so be okay with that, just to be able to get outside after dealing with all this rain.
Exactly. Can we break it up a little bit?
I just like to sit outside, and it's so hard to do that when you're just going to get soaked.
Well, we could go dance in the rain.
We could go dance in the rain.
There's not a lot of lightning.
As of this morning, there's been no lightning,
exactly,
so it's definitely perfect dancing in the rain weather.
Exactly. It's also good weather to sit inside and watch a movie.
Or read a book.
Or read a book. You could do whatever you want to do. Well, thank you very much, Caitlin. We got a quick little sports snippet here. The NCAA Division II Outdoor Track and Field Championships are set to start this week. Minnesota State well represented for this year's competition with 8 athletes on the men's side and 13 on the women's side. All that action is set to start Thursday in Pueblo, Colorado. The women rank 4th in the nation, while the men are 24th going into nationals. And that'll do it for this edition of KEYC News Now to Go. And of course, thanks for watching this KEYC News Now to Go update. Stay with KEYC News Now for the latest local news, weather, and sports on our website.
Don't forget that umbrella today, and download the free KEYC News and weather apps for the latest headlines and forecast.